The life of an Amish woman is a journey defined by a set of core values that have remained largely unchanged for centuries: faith, family, and community. From the moment she is born into the close-knit fold, her path is lovingly yet firmly guided by the Ordnung, the unwritten set of rules and expectations that govern every aspect of Amish life. This is not a life of overt personal ambition in the modern sense, but one of profound purpose found in service to God, her husband, her children, and her community. It is a life of hard work, of shared joys and sorrows, and of a deep and abiding sense of belonging. To the outsider, it may appear restrictive, a relic of a bygone era. But to the Amish woman, it is a life of meaning, a life where her contributions are not only valued, but are seen as essential to the spiritual and physical well-being of her people. This comprehensive exploration will delve into the multifaceted world of Amish women, seeking to move beyond the romanticized stereotypes and offer a nuanced and in-depth understanding of their lives. We will journey through the distinct stages of an Amish woman's life, from her upbringing and education to her courtship, marriage, and motherhood. We will examine her pivotal role within the family and the wider community, her significant economic contributions, and her relationship with a world that is often at odds with her most cherished beliefs. We will also explore the complexities of her faith, her artistic expressions, her social life, and the unique challenges and changes she faces in the 21st century. Through a synthesis of scholarly research, ethnographic studies, and the personal narratives of Amish women themselves, both those who remain within the fold and those who have chosen to leave, we will endeavor to paint a portrait that is both comprehensive and deeply human, a testament to the enduring spirit of Amish women. At the very core of an Amish woman's identity lies her unwavering faith. The Amish are a devoutly Christian group with their roots in the Anabaptist movement of 16th century Europe. A central tenet of Anabaptism is the belief in adult baptism, a conscious and voluntary commitment to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. This is not a faith that is passively inherited, but one that must be actively chosen. For an Amish woman, this decision, typically made in her late teens or early 20s, is the most significant of her life, marking her formal entry into the church and her commitment to live a life of separation from the world. The Amish concept of Gelassanahite, or submission, is fundamental to understanding the spiritual life of an Amish woman. This is not a passive subservience, but a willing yielding to the will of God, the authority of the church, and the needs of the community. It is a belief that true fulfillment comes not from self-aggrandizement, but from self-denial and service to others. This principle shapes an Amish woman's entire existence, from her plain and modest dress to her humble demeanor and her focus on the collective good over individual desires. The church is the heart of the Amish community, and for women it is a central pillar of their spiritual and social lives. Church services held every other Sunday in the homes of members are simple and unadorned, reflecting the Amish aversion to worldly ostentation. The sermons, delivered in a dialect of German known as Pennsylvania Dutch, reinforce the core values of the community and provide spiritual guidance for daily living. While men hold the official leadership positions in the church as bishops, preachers, and deacons, the role of women is far from insignificant. They are the silent but powerful force that underpins the spiritual life of the family. It is the mother who is primarily responsible for the religious instruction of her children, teaching them their prayers, Bible stories, and the hymns of the Ausbund, the oldest Anabaptist hymnal. She is the living embodiment of faith in the home, her actions and her attitudes a constant testament to the values she holds dear. Though they do not preach from the pulpit, Amish women participate in the spiritual life of the church in other vital ways. They have an equal vote in the selection of church leaders and in matters that affect the entire congregation. Their presence and their quiet piety are essential to the communal worship experience. In a world that often measures worth by public accolades and positions of power, the Amish woman finds her spiritual authority in the home and in her profound influence on the next generation. The upbringing of an Amish girl is a carefully orchestrated process designed to instill in her the values and skills she will need to become a successful Amish woman. From a very young age, she is immersed in a world of community and family, where work and play are often intertwined. She learns by observing and by doing, her days filled with practical lessons in homemaking, gardening, and childcare. Formal education for Amish children, including girls, typically takes place in one-room parochial schools run by the community. This education is intentionally limited, usually ending after the 8th grade. The curriculum focuses on the fundamentals of reading, writing, and arithmetic, with an emphasis on practical skills and Christian values. The Amish believe that a higher education would expose their children to worldly influences that could lead them away from the community and their faith. The goal of an Amish education is not to prepare a child for a career in the outside world, but to equip her with the knowledge and skills necessary to be a productive and faithful member of the Amish community. The teachers in these schools are typically young, unmarried Amish women who have themselves completed an 8th grade education. They are respected figures in the community, entrusted with the important task of shaping the minds and hearts of the next generation. Beyond the classroom, the most important education an Amish girl receives is in the home. She is her mother's apprentice, learning the myriad skills required to run an Amish household. She learns to cook and bake from scratch, to sew and mend clothing for her family, to tend the large family garden, and to preserve the harvest for the winter months. She also learns to care for her younger siblings, developing a strong sense of responsibility and nurturing from an early age. This hands-on education is not seen as a chore, but a vital and honorable preparation for her future role as a wife and mother. As she enters her teenage years, an Amish girl begins to take on more adult responsibilities. She may work alongside her mother in a small home-based business, such as a bakery or a craft stand, or she may be hired out to work as a maid in another Amish home, assisting a new mother or a family with a heavy workload. This period, known as rumspringa, which translates to running around, is often misunderstood by outsiders. While it does offer a period of greater social freedom before committing to the church, it is not the wild, rebellious spree often depicted in popular media. For most Amish youth, it is a time of courtship, of strengthening social bonds with their peers, and of seriously considering the commitment of baptism. For a young woman, it is a time to contemplate her future, to hope for a suitable husband, and to prepare for the responsibilities of marriage and family life. For an Amish woman, marriage is not merely a romantic union, but a sacred covenant, a lifelong commitment to a partner chosen from within her faith. Courtship is a quiet and discreet affair, conducted under the watchful eyes of the community. Young people have opportunities to socialize at Sunday evening singings, youth gatherings, and community events like barn raisings and weddings. A young man will typically express his interest in a young woman by offering her a ride home in his buggy after a singing. If she accepts, it marks the beginning of their courtship. The courtship period is a time for the couple to get to know each other on a deeper level, to discuss their hopes for the future, and to ensure that their faith and values are aligned. It is a serious and purposeful process, with marriage as the ultimate goal. Once a couple decides to marry, the young man will ask for the blessing of the young woman's parents. The engagement is kept a secret until it is formally published in their home church district a few weeks before the wedding. Amish weddings are joyous and significant community events, typically held in the home of the bride's parents. The ceremony is simple, consisting of a long sermon, prayers, and the exchange of vows. There are no rings, no elaborate decorations, and the bride wears a new dress in a dark, solid color, which will become her Sunday dress after she is married. The wedding day is a celebration of the union of two individuals and two families, and it is a powerful reaffirmation of the community to the sacred institution of marriage. For an Amish woman, becoming a wife and a mother is the fulfillment of her life's purpose. The home is her domain, the center of her world, and she takes immense pride in creating a warm, orderly, and nurturing environment for her family. The roles of husband and wife are clearly defined, with the husband seen as the head of the household and the primary breadwinner, and the wife responsible for the home and the children. However, this is not a relationship of dominance and submission in the modern sense. It is a partnership built on mutual respect, shared values, and a deep sense of interdependence. While the husband may be the public face of the family, the wife's influence within the home is profound. She is often the keeper of the family finances, and her opinions are sought and valued in all major decisions. Motherhood is a central and cherished role for Amish women. Large families are considered a blessing from God, and it is not uncommon for an Amish woman to have 7, 8, or even more children. Childbirth is often a natural and family-centered event, with many women choosing to give birth at home with the assistance of a midwife. The postpartum period is a time of rest and support, with female relatives and neighbors rallying around the new mother to help with household chores and the care of other children. The task of raising children in the Amish faith is a weighty and sacred responsibility. An Amish mother strives to instill in her children the values of humility, obedience, hard work, and a deep love for God and the community. She is a constant presence in their lives, their teacher, their guide, and their source of unconditional love. In a world that often seems to be pulling families apart, the Amish family remains a strong and cohesive unit, and the Amish mother is the heart of that unit. While the man is traditionally seen as the primary breadwinner in an Amish family, the economic contributions of the Amish woman are substantial and indispensable. Her work, though often unpaid and centered in the home, is essential to the financial well-being and self-sufficiency of the family. The most significant of these contributions is her management of the household. Through her skills in gardening, food preservation, and sewing, she significantly reduces the family's reliance on the cash economy. The large family garden, which she meticulously tends, provides a significant portion of the family's food supply throughout the year. What is not eaten fresh is canned, frozen, or dried for the winter months, a testament to her foresight and hard work. Her skill with a needle and thread means that her family is clothed in durable, homemade garments, saving the considerable expense of buying ready-made clothing. In addition to her domestic responsibilities, many Amish women are also entrepreneurs, running small businesses from their homes that generate a vital stream of income for the family. These businesses are often an extension of their domestic skills and include bakeries, quilt shops, craft stands, and selling fresh produce, eggs, and poultry. These enterprises not only provide a financial boost, but also offer an outlet for creativity and a connection to the wider world. The rise of tourism in many Amish communities has created new economic opportunities for women, who now find a ready market for their traditional crafts and culinary skills. The success of these small businesses is a testament to the business acumen and work ethic of Amish women. They are astute managers, resourceful marketers, and dedicated to producing high-quality goods. While their businesses are always secondary to their primary roles as wives and mothers, they take great pride in their ability to contribute to the family's financial security. Furthermore, in an era where farming is becoming less economically viable for many Amish families, the income generated by women's home-based businesses has become increasingly crucial. It often provides the financial stability that allows a family to remain on the land and maintain their traditional way of life. In this way, the economic contributions of Amish women are not just about dollars and cents, they are about the preservation of a culture. The distinctive dress of the Amish woman is perhaps her most recognizable feature, a powerful and visible symbol of her faith and her identity. It is a uniform of simplicity and modesty, designed to discourage vanity and promote a sense of community and equality. Every detail of her attire, from the color of her dress to the style of her head covering, is steeped in religious and cultural significance. An Amish woman's dress is typically made of solid-colored fabric in muted shades of blue, green, purple, or gray. The style is simple and unadorned, with a long skirt, long sleeves, and a high neckline. A cape is worn over the bodice, and an apron is worn over the skirt. The use of patterns and bright colors is generally avoided, as is the wearing of jewelry, makeup, or any other form of personal adornment that might draw attention to the individual. The most significant and symbolic part of an Amish woman's attire is her head covering, or cap. This white, starched cap, which she begins to wear upon joining the church, is a symbol of her submission to God and to her husband. The style of the cap can vary from one community to another, serving as a subtle indicator of her geographical and church affiliation.
A woman is never seen in public without her cap, and it is a constant and visible reminder of her sacred vows. The plain dress of the Amish woman is more than just a matter of tradition. It is a form of nonverbal communication, a quiet testimony to her beliefs and her separation from the world. In a society that is increasingly obsessed with fashion and outward appearance, her simple attire is a radical statement of her values. It is a declaration that her worth is not found in the fleeting trends of the world, but in her relationship with God and her place within the community. The Amish approach to health and healing is a blend of traditional folk remedies, a strong belief in the power of prayer, and a cautious and selective use of modern medicine. Good health is seen as a gift from God, to be nurtured through hard work, a simple diet, and a clean lifestyle. When illness does strike, the first line of defense is often home remedies and the support of the community. Amish women are the primary caregivers in the family, their knowledge of herbal remedies and practical nursing skills passed down through generations. They are adept at treating common ailments and injuries, and their homes are often stocked with a variety of natural medicines. Prayer is also a central component of the healing process, with the family and the community turning to God for strength and recovery. While the Amish are sometimes perceived as rejecting modern medicine, this is a misconception. They do not have a religious prohibition against doctors, hospitals, or most forms of medical treatment. However, they are often cautious and discerning consumers of health care. They are wary of the high cost of medical care and may be hesitant to seek treatment for conditions that they do not perceive as life-threatening. They are also more likely to question the necessity of certain medical interventions and to seek out alternative or complementary therapies. For an Amish woman, the experience of childbirth is a powerful and often communal event. Many women choose to give birth at home, attended by a traditional midwife from within the community. This allows them to experience childbirth in a familiar and supportive environment, surrounded by family and friends. While they are not opposed to hospital births, especially in cases of high-risk pregnancies, the home birth remains a cherished tradition. The health and well-being of the community is a collective responsibility. When a member of the community faces a serious illness or a medical crisis, the church rallies around them, providing financial, practical, and emotional support. This system of mutual aid, which takes the place of commercial health insurance, is a powerful testament to the Amish commitment to caring for one another. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition within the medical community of the unique health needs and beliefs of the Amish. This has led to the development of culturally sensitive healthcare services, such as community-based clinics that cater to the plain population. These initiatives have helped to bridge the gap between the Amish and the modern medical world, ensuring that they have access to the care they need while respecting their deeply held values.
The Amish are often defined by what they reject: cars, electricity from public power lines, telephones in the home, and the internet. This selective use of technology is not born of a fear of progress, but of a deep-seated desire to protect their community from the corrosive influences of the modern world. For the Amish, technology is not inherently evil, but it is a powerful force that must be carefully managed to prevent it from undermining their core values of family, community, and faith. The Amish woman's relationship with technology is a complex and often nuanced one. While she lives a life largely unplugged from the digital world, she is not entirely isolated from modern conveniences. Many Amish homes have gas-powered refrigerators and washing machines, and the use of battery-powered appliances is often permitted. The telephone, while not allowed in the home, is often accessible in a shared phone shanty at the end of the lane, a practical compromise that allows for necessary communication without the constant intrusion of the outside world. The line between what is acceptable and what is forbidden is not always clear-cut and can vary significantly from one Amish community to another. The decision to adopt or reject a new technology is a communal one, made by the church leaders after careful consideration of its potential impact on the community. The primary concern is always whether a new technology will draw people away from the family and the community and foster a spirit of individualism and worldliness. The Amish woman's interaction with the English world, the non-Amish world, is also a carefully managed affair.
While the Amish strive to maintain a degree of separation from the outside world, they are not entirely isolated. They interact with their non-Amish neighbors in the course of their daily lives, at the marketplace, and in business dealings. These interactions are typically friendly and respectful, but there is always an awareness of the cultural divide. For the Amish woman, the English world is a place of both fascination and caution. She may admire certain aspects of modern life, but she is also keenly aware of its potential dangers. She is taught from a young age to be discerning and to guard her heart and mind against the temptations of a world that is so different from her own. The rise of tourism in many Amish communities has brought the English world to their doorstep in a new and powerful way. This has created both opportunities and challenges for Amish women. On the one hand, tourism has provided a new source of income and a way to share their culture with others. On the other hand, it has also brought a new level of scrutiny and the potential for cultural erosion. The Amish woman who runs a tourist-facing business must navigate a delicate balance, interacting with the outside world while remaining firmly rooted in her own culture and faith. The world of the Amish woman is not a static one. While it is a world deeply rooted in tradition, it is also a world that is constantly, albeit slowly, adapting to the pressures of a changing world. In the 21st century, Amish women face a unique set of challenges and opportunities that are shaping their lives in new and profound ways. One of the most significant challenges is the changing economic landscape. As the price of farmland continues to rise, it is becoming increasingly difficult for Amish families to make a living from agriculture alone. This has led to a rise in non-farm employment, with many Amish men now working in factories or in the construction trade. This shift has had a significant impact on the traditional family structure, with the father often absent from the home for long periods of the day. This, in turn, has placed new responsibilities and pressures on the Amish woman, who must now manage the household and the children largely on her own. The rise of small businesses run by Amish women is, in part, a response to these economic pressures. These businesses provide a vital source of income and allow women to work from home where they can continue to care for their families. However, this has also brought new challenges as women must now balance the demands of their businesses with their traditional domestic responsibilities. The encroachment of the modern world is another significant challenge. The internet, social media, and the constant barrage of information from the outside world pose a new and powerful threat to the Amish way of life. The community is constantly grappling with how to protect their children from these influences and how to maintain their separation from a world that is increasingly accessible. Despite these challenges, the world of the Amish woman is also a world of quiet strength and remarkable resilience. The core values of faith, family, and community continue to provide a powerful anchor in a turbulent world. The social support network of the community remains a source of strength and comfort, ensuring that no one is left to face their struggles alone. There are also signs of a quiet evolution in the roles of Amish women. While they remain firmly committed to their traditional roles as wives and mothers, there is a growing recognition of their intelligence, their business acumen, and their capacity for leadership within their own sphere of influence. They are not clamoring for liberation in the modern feminist sense, but they are finding new ways to express their talents and to contribute to the well-being of their communities. The world of the Amish woman is not a monolithic one. While there are common threads of faith and culture that bind them together, there is also a rich diversity of individual experiences. The life of an Amish woman in a conservative Swartzentruber community in Ohio may be very different from the life of a woman in a more progressive New Order community in Pennsylvania. There are also the powerful and often poignant stories of women who have chosen to leave the Amish faith. Their narratives offer a unique and often challenging perspective on the culture they left behind, highlighting both its strengths and its weaknesses. The autobiographies of women like Emma Gingerich, Runaway Amish Girl, and Saloma Miller Furlong, Why I Left the Amish, provide a raw and honest glimpse into the struggles and triumphs of leaving the only world they have ever known. They speak of a yearning for education, for personal freedom, and for a different kind of spiritual fulfillment. Their stories are a reminder that the choice to remain Amish is not always an easy one, and that for some, the pull of the outside world is too strong to resist. These personal narratives, whether from women who remain within the fold or those who have left, are essential to a full and nuanced understanding of the Amish experience. They put a human face on a culture that is often misunderstood, and they remind us that behind the plain dress and the simple lifestyle are women of great strength, courage, and complexity. The world of the Amish woman is a world of profound contrasts. It is a world of simplicity and complexity, of tradition and adaptation, of submission and strength. The Amish woman stands at the center of this world, a quiet and powerful force for continuity and change. She is the keeper of the faith, the heart of the family, and the backbone of the community.